Before I start, I'd just like to say that I decided that Smash Brothers was more important than my reputation. So I'm a senior, DigiPen. Got to start looking for a job soon. I'm taking the mic, I'm projecting my voice. You're heckling me. So I'm a senior at DigiPen, I'm looking for a job. I feel qualified, I think I'll get a job. But I am kind of a natural worrier, so even though I don't worry if I'll get a job, I worry how I'll get a job. So I keep going over it in my mind, and I've decided on what I think are the three most likely scenarios, and I've ordered them from best to worst. So the best case scenario that's still likely to happen is I can interview with this beautiful red-headed woman, and she offers me a job, and then she offers me intercourse.
Disclaimer!
Now, naturally when I said intercourse, I mean conversation. I'm not quite clear what the reaction was just now. But after the conversation, she offers me sex, which I accept. So that's the best case scenario. It's still likely to happen. The second best case scenario that's still likely to happen is I interview with a beautiful red-headed woman, and she offers me a job on the condition that I have sex with her. Because then I'll know, as always, not my skills as a programmer, but my other qualifications that I got the job. So the worst case scenario that's still likely to happen is I interview with a beautiful red-headed woman. She offers me a job, and she offers to have sex with me. But she doesn't tell me whether having sex with her will influence whether I get the job or not. So naturally I'll accept both, but I'll never know which part got the job, you know, and that's the worst, the not knowing. I at least want the certainty. Now I know what you all are thinking. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like I said, I was going to have sex with a beautiful redheaded woman. So you know there's no women in the games industry? But what can I say? They're drawn to me. So those are the scenarios that are likely to happen. But there's also, I mean, I'm a programmer. I have to be prepared for the absolute worst case scenario. Nobody cares about what's likely. Just can't predict, right? So the absolute worst case scenario, I think, is that on the way to the interview, I get attacked by a bear. Listen closely, because that's a grisly situation that I can barely escape from. I wouldn't bear to fight it with my bare hand, but luckily in America we have the right to bear arms. So I get a gun, bring the black barrel to bear, and fire. Bear, 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 bear. So I love to sleep. Sleeping's the best. No, I like to sleep. I love to dream. But for a while I tried not to dream because I had this particularly unsettling dream. But I got over it. I'm ready to talk about it. I'd like to tell you about this dream. So in this dream, there was a fish in my bed. Now those of you in the audience who have a dirty mind, who are jumping to conclusions right now, are depressingly accurate. It was that kind of dream with a fish in my bed. So I woke up confused and disturbed, like, oh man, is this it? Is this who I am? Am I that guy? Am I the guy who's in the fish? But it all started making sense when I thought about it. Like no wonder no one ever invites me to the aquarium. You know? They can see things in me that I cannot. And you know Ariel from The Little Mermaid? I always thought she was super hot. And I always thought it was the top half, but maybe not, maybe not. But it's funny. It's funny because you start seeing the world in different ways when you have these kind of interests. So like whenever I hear someone who's like consoling a friend who's going through a breakup or a divorce or something, and they say, oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I just smile to myself and think, yes, there certainly are. Certainly are. So I can see you all in the audience laughing at me, judging me. Like, you're so great, you've never had impure thoughts about a fish? You know what? There's more of us than you think, okay? Look to the person on your left, look to the person on your right. If neither of them has had sex with a fish, you're probably the one. And you people on the ends here, you're twice as likely to. So you in particular, I think twice before judging. Now, I don't have to stay here. I don't have to stay here. I'm not actually done with the comedy. I don't have to stay here. I can go to a place where I am welcome. Now, I have in my possession a coupon for 10% off at the Red Lobster. Now, those of you in the audience who are brave enough to admit, as I have, that you have special preferences, you are more than welcome to come and enjoy the great food and fantastic atmosphere with me. Now, come on, Professor Mead. Fishermen like us don't need people. So I'm not done with my act, but I am done with the comedy. The rest of my act, I cannot claim to be comedy. That would be irresponsible. I am providing now a public service. I feel compelled to increase awareness about an important issue. So I'd like to talk to you about a couple of games I've played. So my friend asked me to play this game. That's important. My friend asked me to play this game. It was not my idea to play this game, but he wanted someone to talk to about it, and I was bored enough with my leisure time, what little of it I had, DigiPen. I was like, sure, I'll give this Japanese porn game a try. So the game is called Fate Stay Night. For those of you who haven't played it, it's a visual novel more than a game. It's like a grown-up choose-your-own-adventure book with pictures and sound effects and stuff, but it's mostly reading. In this game, you play as a guy who, at the beginning of the game, you summon this magic warrior girl, and she's a main character throughout the rest of the game. But there's this scene in the game later on where you and your magic warrior servant girl and a random hot brunette friend of yours are running from this monster, right? Now, normally in this situation, you would just have your magic servant girl fight the monster. That's what she's there for. But, however, she has run out of mana. So, that happens to all of us. There's no shame in that. We've all had our share of blue potions over the years. Nothing wrong with that. But it's still a problem. How are we going to fight this monster? Now, normally in the game, in the rules of the world or whatever, the summoner, i.e. the main character, will transfer mana to the servant through this psychic link or whatever. Now, as luck would have it, the main character does not possess that ability, so they're in a pickle. But the random hot friend that is with you tells you that there is another way to recharge mana. So the two girls get naked and start going at it. Who am I to complain? I don't know why that was there, but I don't ask questions. Guys don't do that when two girls start going at it. They just stare politely. Maybe cheer at the end. It's warranted. But, so after a while of them going at it, they ask you, the main character of the game, to join in. But you don't want to compromise the honor of the young ladies, so it's a tough call. Now, I've been warned about these scenes by my friend. He said, just skip them. They're so stupid. And they are stupid, but I can't skip them. It's part of the game. I should say I won't skip them. Because they're part of the game. So I think, imagine if Da Vinci did not paint the Mona Lisa, but instead painted an exactly identical painting, except this one had a unibrow. And everyone went to the Louvre, or whatever it's called, and they all looked at the Mona Lisa. They all looked at the Mona Lisa and they held their hand like this and said, oh my goodness, look at that smile, look at that grace, this is the greatest painting ever. And I'd be like, no, you assholes, there's a unibrow right there. And they'd be like, no, just skip it. Just skip it. Skip. But no, we don't get to do that with art. It is our duty to the artist to experience a work of art in the way it was originally envisioned. So you have a threesome with the two ladies, and it's hot, I guess, and because of my duty to the artist, I read every damn word of that damn sex scene, including the words that were only vowels. He gets it. And I stared at every damn pixel of every damn picture. That's what you do with art. That's what you do with art. So of course it's all ridiculous. The Magic Warrior Servant Girl gets her mana from... My friend asked me to play this game. I think you should remember that. But that being said, we're all adults here, right? She gets the mana from your semen. That's what she gets. And she gets a nice, warm, fresh, sticky, messy, and trust me on this, improbably large amount of mana. Killing my reputation. Okay, so she uses the mana to unleash her super ultimate attack, and she defeats the evil monster, and all is well, at least until she needs another mana recharge, which she does twice. That's the game. So it's ridiculous, obviously, but you know, we're all nerds here. I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing. So what is the per volume energy conversion rate in semen, right? Because just the amount she got, it was enough to power her super ultimate attack, which is just like this giant beam explosion thing, right? So I'm thinking there must be a lot of potential energy per unit, right? I mean, there was a lot of semen, but still. I'm thinking if only we could harness this incredible power. You know, if we could, we'd be producing energy hand over fist. We'd be able to produce all the world's energy with just a handful of volunteers. So, you know, just imagine, you know, like semen-powered mana cars. We'd reduce all our carbon emissions to zero and just have other emissions. So let me just say though, I genuinely did not enjoy the sex scenes. I was playing the game for the story, and I'm not opposed to threesomes in general. I mean, I'll volunteer that. Well, girl-guy threesomes in general. Caveat. But I don't mix business with pleasure. I was playing it for the story. I did not want the sex scene. But I guess I must hate myself because my friend convinced me to play another game of this type. So luckily this one doesn't have any stupid, asinine, mana recharge sex scenes. Thank God. Thank God. But anyway, this game is called Tsukihime. Tsukihime is interesting because it provides a lot of tough, meaningful moral decisions to the player. Like this one time, you're raping this girl, right? I mean, you have to rape her a little. It's important to the story. But how much you rape her is left up completely to the user. So you can rape her, you know, completely, so you can't rape her anymore. And point of order, though. Point of order. She starts to like it halfway through. So it's not really rape. It's surprise sex. We've all been there. We all have that story. I know what you're thinking, like women, right, fellas? They're so fickle. They don't know what they want. Well, if I had a nickel for every time I was raping a girl, and she started to like it halfway through, why I could buy the moon for that many nickels. So that's one choice. Or you can choose to stop raping her. So that's nice. But you're already raping her, so it's like a Windows message box comes up and says, continue raping her. Okay, cancel. Wow, thanks. Thanks for that decision. Thanks for letting me choose that now. I'm already raping her. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop raping her. I'm going to take a stand. Say I'm against rape. That's the kind of guy I am. That's the kind of tough, hard-hitting, soul-searching moral decisions Tsukihime gives to the player. I'm almost done, but before I go, I'd like to do a little damage control. Not actually attracted to fish. Not actually a rape enthusiast. Remember one of those. Remember the second. And I am into redheads. Thanks, everyone.